how are you? Welcome to the replay. Welcome to Daily Fuel. My name is Bobby. I am the host of this group, Art Fueled Life Quantasy. And yeah, we are building legacies. Oh, hello, Crimson. How are you? And hello, Ray. How are you? Nice to see you guys here today. If you are joining me in the replay, please let me know you're in the replay. Write a cool hashtag like hashtag, that's what I meant to do. Hashtag, I forgot to think of hashtags for the replay. And once again, I can't think of any cool ones. But if you're, hashtag, I'm in the replay, hashtag replay people, hashtag, do one about sex again. That's fine. Any or all of those things. You make one up. I like them. If you're joining me live like these cool people are, then you can start commenting now. You can comment the whole time. Commenting is not required, by the way. You can just watch. You can listen. Maybe you can't comment. Maybe you're driving or listening or doing other things. You got kids running around. Tell them to be quiet. I'm talking. So if you're joining me live, here's how this works. I'm going to go through my spiel, and I'm going to ignore the comments for a few minutes. And then when I finish my spiel, I'm going to come back to the comments, and I read them all. Every single one of them, except for the ones that I skip because I didn't see them, or sometimes they don't show up. That's weird. Like Amy's don't always show up. Anyway, let's just see who's here real quick. We got Crimson and Ray, I said, and happy holiday Friday, says Mikey. Oh, by the way, it's Friday, and you know what that means. Usually on Friday, I'll have a glass of wine, but yesterday I said I might have a martini today, so I really wanted one, and I had some Bombay Sapphire gin, so I make them dirty, by the way. I don't know how, if you like martinis. By the way, you're not required to have a martini. So yeah, this is the first Daily Fuel where I'm having a martini, and potentially the last Daily Fuel where I'm having a martini. We'll see how this goes. So yeah. Anyway, that's so happy holiday. Mikey's here, and Haley is here. Hey everyone, awake tonight. Hello, Haley. And Richard's here. What's up, buddy? How are you doing? And Marsha's here. Cheers, Bobby. Cheers, Marsha. How are you? And Robin's here. Hi, Robin. How are you? And it's Wine Day Friday. Yeah, well, I'm having a martini, but you can have wine. Whatever you like. And Danielle's here. Hi. And Dirty Martini is good. Yeah, so I make it with gin and olive juice. I don't use vermouth in my martinis. Well, not my dirty martini. I don't really like vermouth. So even if I made a regular martini with vermouth, I would use like a drop of vermouth and then throw it out because I don't like it in the drink. I just don't like it. Anyway, martini, yum. Thank you. And, Dagmar, you made it. Hi, how are you? You can comment or not. There's no pressure to comment. Your comments are always so brilliant, so I like them. But sleepy greetings. I'm glad that you made it. Yeah, so, I'm going to just start now. I'm going to ignore all you people now. Look, we're almost at 4 minutes. Come on, leave me alone. We are building our legacies. I kicked 2 people out of the group today. 2. And for 2 different reasons, 2 different experiences, and I'm very particular. I am growing this group, and I'm doing everything that I can to bring people in, but you don't get a lot of strikes with me. You can post wrong, you can keep posting wrong. I don't care about that stuff. The rules of Facebook groups are so weird. Here's the number one rule: if you want to get kicked out of this group, be a total asshole, and I will kick you out immediately. There's no second chances with that. You can post the wrong thing. Oops, I posted a link. Oh, I shared it. I don't care. We're human beings. Everybody's doing their thing here. That doesn't bother me. Here's what bothers me. Harassing my friends. That's what bothers me. And the one person told me that they were being harassed by a member, and so that guy's out. And then another person just started an argument with somebody's post. They didn't like their spiritual beliefs. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? You don't get to tell people what their spiritual beliefs are allowed to be. So that person's out. So this is a safe space this group. You're allowed to explore your inner beings here. And we can't do that if it's not safe to do that. So, my pledge to you is that I am going to do everything I can to make this a safe space, which means removing anybody who is rocking the boat. So that's that. Because it's very interesting to me that this happened today on the day that I was talking about legacy, because what I'm building here is my legacy, and I want to get into that a little bit. So I'm gonna talk about what I mean by that, and then of course I have my three things, and then I'd really like to know what you guys think about all of this. So please comment as I'm speaking, and I'd like to have a conversation about this if we can. We usually do, right? So, what is a legacy, first of all? For me, a legacy is kind of this idea of, I'm going to start with my friend's definition of this. You hear me talk about my friend Landon all the time. He and I have a mastermind, a two-person mastermind every Friday. And it's very beneficial to me, and I hope it's beneficial to him. But it's really amazing what I draw from this, and the way he describes what he's teaching. He runs his own Facebook group. It's called Dude, It's a Game, where he teaches people that this life that we're living is a game. And if you're interested in checking out his stuff, he's starting his group programs. Really, you might like him. You might even like him better than me. I don't know. So, check him out. He's really, really great. It's Dude, It's a Game. If you click the About section of this group, I link to his group. So he talks about it this way, and I'm going to borrow from him for a minute just to sort of get my own way of saying it going. He imagines himself as growing into his elder version, and this elder version of him, the one in his future, is the person that's like got it all figured out all the buckets, right? The money bucket, the family bucket, the health bucket, the fitness bucket, all the buckets. And we call it a bucket, like the part of your life that you're working on. It's like some people are really good with health and relationships, but not so good with money. Some people got the money bucket down, but they can't figure out relationships at all. And other people have money and relationships, but don't have health, and then there are other buckets too, but those are like the top three, I think, And so for him, the legacy is when he reaches that elder version of himself. For me, I thought of legacy through one of my buckets. I thought of it through my family bucket, because I have always been under this feeling that what I'm doing in my family, my wife and I, we were very, very deliberate in how we parented our children and how we created our family. We were extremely deliberate about it, and we segment intended every step of the way. Nothing was on accident. Even the idea of having one of each child was something that we planned for. Obviously, you can't make that happen, but we got it, because we segment intended for it, and that is what we both wanted. I'm not saying it's the right way to do it. You shouldn't have one of each child because that's what Bobby said. No, it's what we wanted, and it's what we got. You might want 5 kids or something like that, all girls. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want is fine. And whatever you got is fine. If I didn't get one of each, I'd have been happy. It's not like, I'll take one back. It's not like that, right? But we were very deliberate about what we wanted. And it not just because of what I wanted as babies, but because what I wanted in the future. I was always seeing my family as this future long game, that in the future, I was going to be this patriarchal figure in my family, not the ruler or anything like that, but just like the I could see like the pyramid of the family growing beneath me from what we started, and that's my legacy, and so number one, I'm going to give you my 3 things here. Number one is to define what you're working to become, and when it came to my family, it was very easy for me to define it because I always knew it. This is what I want. I want this out of life, and I know that to get it, I need to just work into it, and I need to do the things to do it. And that just sort of dictated the kind of father that I am, and the kind of husband that I am, and the kind of things that I do, and the way that I'm around, and why I started a business working from home so that I could be home. These were all deliberate decisions. working towards this legacy. I don't mean legacy like it's in quotes, like it's a fake word. I mean, that's the word. I don't know why I did this. Working toward this legacy. That's what I meant to do. Legacy, right? And so define what you're working to become. Now, for me personally, when it came to business, I didn't have so much luck with that, because what I did was I got wrapped up in the world of the entrepreneur bros, the hustle guys, right? The oh, you gotta fake it till you make it, work, and there's nothing wrong with any of these things, unless they don't work for you. And that did not work for me, because I was working towards somebody else's vision of a legacy. I was working towards the vision of the lots of money and lots of this and lots of that, and it was like I didn't know why I wanted the money. I knew exactly why I wanted the family. I could see it, I could smell it and taste it, I could dream it. Everything was all there, and it was very palpable and tangible to me. But when it came to the business, I could never really pinpoint, why the fuck am I doing this? I don't really know why I'm doing this. You know, I know that I want money and live a life and have a car and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But why? You know, what was the point? And today is not the day that I realized this, but today is the day that I put two and two together, and I was like, I was very deliberate with my legacy for my family, but I've never really been deliberate with my legacy for my business and finances and stuff. So number one is to define what you're working to become. Why are you doing this? You know, and then number two is to act as if you're that thing. So what my friend Landon does is he has this idea of what that elder version of him looks like, and everything he does in every bucket is working towards being that person. You know, what would that person do in this situation? And when it came to my family, I was always doing what that person would do. But when it came to my business, I was always doing what that person would do. What would you do? Oh, you do this marketing thing? Well, let me try that today. And I hate this. Why am I doing this? You know? You have to kind of feel around for it too, because and yesterday I said clarity comes from, was that yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Clarity comes from action. So you have to kind of play around with things and try different things. And let me back up on that thought. This is a new thing for me. So bear with me on this, because I feel like I'm feeling through this while I'm doing it live in front of you. So it's a little, these aren't practiced words. You know, some of my other daily fuels are practiced words where it's like, I've said this a million times to a million people. I've never said this to anybody, and I'm saying it to you now. So this idea of acting as if, you know, it's like, I know that's a law of attraction catchphrase. Just act as if you're already there, you know, and it's like, okay, great. That's great. How does that work? You know, what that is starting to mean to me is to think of the what it is that I'm actually working toward. And here's what it is. Erase all that. Let me back up a little bit. I've always been trying other people's business models because I thought that I was in business to get money. I knew that I was doing my family thing because I was in family to get this legacy that I could envision. For me, though, I was envisioning this life where I had all this money from this business that I was doing, but I couldn't figure out what the heck kind of business or what it was that I was doing. Like, and then I hated doing everything, and everything just felt like drudgery and work. Because I was chasing the money. That's what it is. The money is not the legacy. The money is just what you get to when you're working towards the legacy. And that's what number 3 is. For crying out loud, I had the answer written in front of me. Number 3 is trust that the resources will be there while you're working toward the legacy. I was working to get the resources so I could get the legacy. I forgot to put my dog away. I was working to get the resources so that I could get the legacy. Man, I want this life. I want this life that I have, that I envision in my head. But in order to have that life, I need money. So in order to get money, I have to work and do all this crap I don't like. And I'll do that so I can get the money so that I can stop doing that crap I don't like and have the life that I want. That's ridiculous. Imagine I did that with my family. What would that be like? It would be like, well, let me It would almost be like, imagine how ridiculous this sounds. I want to have this family. In the future, I can imagine it where my children are grown and their children are growing and blah, 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 right? And I'm enjoying all of this. And then the first kid I get, this kid's lame. I don't like this kid. I'm going to get rid of this kid and get a new kid. Let's try it with this kid now. I don't like this kid either. Let me try a new kid. It's like, it doesn't work that way. But that's what I was doing with this, because I was like, well, let me try this business thing. And it's like, I don't like this. Right? And it's do the thing you like. Just do what you like. And when I finally allowed myself to start this, it was why I started this group. I started this group on an inkling. It was just like, start a group, start a Facebook group, start a Facebook group. I was like, why? Why am I starting a Facebook group? Just shut up and listen. You don't know why yet. You're not going to know the whole path yet. You are the light that will light up the path as you're walking it. It's not going to light up all the way downtown and so you can see, that's where I'm going. It doesn't work that way. You have to lean into it. Start being what it is that you want to see, what you're envisioning, and then trust that the resources will show up to guide you there. But I was looking for the resources to get there. Before, I'm not going until I have the resources. Then I'll go. Doesn't work that way. So I'm not building a business anymore. That's what I meant to put in quotes. I'm not building a business anymore. I'm building a legacy. I am building the legacy that is my elder version of me that is got this all figured out, even though I don't have it all figured out in the present moment, but that future version of me. This is time jumping. I got to do another one on that. This is time jumping, where you like talk to that future version of you. What's the rhythm of where you are? I got to remember to do another one on that. Okay. Anyway, I hope that made somewhat sense. Maybe you guys have questions that will help me to articulate this a little more. I don't see a lot of comments, but we'll see if more come in. Sleepy greetings from Dagmar. So Haley says, something with the moon cycle today for sure. People getting triggered everywhere. You will always know if I get triggered, I'll go introvert. Interesting. Yeah, you're talking about kicking people out of the group. I'm going to take a sip of my martini. Hang on. It's Friday night. I like to have a drink on my live on Friday night if I'm not going anywhere. I made a dirty martini tonight. I like dirty martinis. They're good. Anyway, did that make any sense? I don't see any comments saying this makes so much sense today, but we'll see. Oh, look who's here. Sup, dude? How you doing, man? Nice to see you. I was just talking about you. Anyway, so Haley says something in the moon cycle today. Yeah, so I don't know what it was. I kicked somebody out of the group earlier today, and then I had to kick another person out of the group after that. It was very weird. I haven't kicked many people out of the group. I'm remiss to do that. I'm remiss. I think. I'm not quick to do that. Especially for most things. Most things I don't really care about. You do the wrong thing, you post the wrong thing. That doesn't really matter to me. Crimson, I want to be remembered for my heart work and my kind soul. I'm building a safe space filled with things I love and will be a lasting testament to who I am and what I represent. And you know what? You said it really well there. That's really what it is. So I am doing Daily Fuel, and here's what I came up with for me, right? I'm doing Daily Fuel because I love doing this. But what I used to do was say, well, I love doing this, but I know I can sell this thing, so I can do this thing kind of like this in a weird kind of, but not really like that way, and I'll get paid for that. So let me go do that. And then that's not building a legacy. That's a job. That's a paper route. That's a side hustle. That's drudgery. That's what it is. And it's not sustainable because very quickly your heart knows the difference immediately. And eventually your brain catches up and is like, how come we're not into this? I thought we wanted the money. Look, we just got paid. Yay. But how come we're not liking this? I thought we'd like this more. And your heart's like, it's not this. It's not, this is the thing. This is the thing. Do you see it? Boom, 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 boom. It's that. You got to do that. You're doing this thing over here. What the hell is that? It's weird. So that's what I was doing. And And look what you're doing. You're trying. You want to be remembered for your hard work, and all I was trying to do was get paid, right? And that's they're two different things. So I'm building a legacy here. I do daily fuel because I love this. This to me is what lights me up. And even on days like this where I feel like I'm struggling for the words because this isn't practiced yet, but that doesn't matter to me. Because I kicked those people out of the group because they were making this a not safe space for my friends. But I know that this is a safe space for all of us, including me, to be like, hey, I got this thing on my mind and I don't really know how to say it, so I'm going to articulate it in front of you and let me see what you think. Let me see how it feels to say it out loud. I might not like it, and I might just delete it, but we'll see. I don't, I'm liking this. I just realized that there's practice needs to be done to say it. Hola. Hola. Who is this? I don't know who this is. It is Richard. Oh, dude, I don't know what happened. You're a Facebook user again. That's no big deal. I'll link you. I'll tag you with the link again if you don't mind. Every once in a while, the thing stops working for people. I don't know why. It just does. Sup? How you doing? I would like to smoke a joint. This is Richard again. Richard says, I would like to smoke a joint, but I live in Texas and I don't break the law. I'm leaving a legacy of be an example to inspire people and my family. If money comes, it comes, and I don't drink. That's fine. You don't have to drink. I like to drink, and I don't really smoke much. I will. I don't have any problem with it. It's just sometimes it affects me weird, and I don't like it when it affects me weird. So I don't do it too readily. But and I live in New York. It's legal here now, so I guess that's not a problem. Like Haley says, life. What is a good life? Peace and security. Sustenance and covering, you mean like shelter, freedom to be without any form of slavery, the future I wish for my kids, an earth without war, sickness, pollution, strife, enjoy life as it should be. I think we as positive vibe on here in a way unseen, but I really believe it can be achieved earthwide. I think you think we're creating a positive vibe here, like in this group? Is that what you mean? But it's small, right? But you believe it can be achieved earthwide. That's what I want built for generations in the future. A fair life for everyone without corruption, if that makes sense. It makes perfect sense. And interestingly, I believe it already exists. And here's why I believe that it exists. I think that I personally think that you're going to experience whatever it is that you want to experience, that you are creating for yourself. And if that is a life with your basic needs met and no war and sickness and pollution and strife, then that's what you're going to experience. I think the problem that we have in this world is not that those things exist, but that we shine spotlights on them when they're happening in the pockets of the planet. And those pockets where they're happening are so small and relatively insignificant to the planet as a whole. But our opinion of them happening and our focus on them happening makes them seem as if that's all that's happening. Because you can't look at the news without seeing this stuff. There is no news that said, a child learned to ride a bike today and a butterfly collector. Nobody cares about that shit. It's not news. It doesn't sell newspapers. It doesn't sell newspapers. It doesn't sell clicks. It doesn't sell subscriptions. Nobody's going to read a blog about that, right? And people like to, and when you come on social media, people like to complain about a lot of things. There's no complaining going on in this group. This is not a place to come and complain. If you have an issue, you can bring the issue forward and ask for guidance and help. That's fine. But it's not a place to just complain willy-nilly about the state of the world, which is why it seems like we've created a place here that is sequestered from that. But it's not that we've created a place that's sequestered from that. It's the entire planet is sequestered from it if it wants to be. You have to decide every day to wake up and just say, that doesn't exist for me. That doesn't exist for me. That doesn't exist for me. And then eventually you'll notice that those things don't exist for you. And I'm talking about everything here. I'm talking about not just, the headlines and the wars and the news and poverty and stuff like that. Because, yeah, I understand that those things will still happen in the world, but they don't have to happen in your world. And they don't have to happen, they don't have to seem, it's not that they're happening so much and it's so terrible. It's that the way we as a society or as a species look upon them makes it seem as if that's all that's happening. And it's not. You will be remembered for daily inspirational talks. Well, thank you. That's what I want to, that is part of the legacy that I'm building. It absolutely is. So thanks for recognizing that. Well, this was a short one. Crimson, thanks for the, that's the last comment. So, I'll go finish my martini in peace. Thank you for hanging out with me today. If you want to, maybe I won't have a martini on Daily Fuel again. How's that? Because it's not that I feel anything. I'm just, you know what it is? It's not the martini. It's the topic. I'm just not settled into this topic yet, and I feel like I just want to be, but I'm not, and so, oh, look at these more. Is this Richard again? My grandkids are following my lead. My grandkids are following my lead. They always make art and want me to play guitar for them. It's become daily now. That's nice. It gives me so much joy to see the blossom. I will have to share their work. They are 5 and 3 and they paint already. Absolutely share their work. That's perfectly fine. I'm sure everyone would love to see that. Ray, hey, everyone has a legacy. Some never realize it, but everyone leaves something behind them. Some leave such a wake. Some leave such a wake that it washes up on everyone's shore. Some leave waves of shining light. Some touch only one other life in their whole existence. But what a fingerprint they leave on that one life. Legacies are gold. That's nice, Ray. I like that. I like that a lot. Thanks for sharing that. Did I skip this? I have saved so many things for my children from my childhood. I have saved so many things for my children from my childhood, from my family members, heirlooms and such things in leaving behind that are memories and treasures from those that have gone before me. That's cool too. That's another part of like family legacy, right? Like the things passed on. And we were talking about this the other day, how our art is something that gets left behind, right? We have the work of artists, right? Like I did it right. Like these guys over here, right? Like Michelangelo and Da Vinci. We still marvel at their art, even though the people that made them are past, But that's part of their legacy. Our legacy could last generations or centuries or years. I don't know that it really matters which, but I know that, like Ray said, we're touching somebody, and it's up to you to decide what is that legacy that you're working toward. What is that thing that you're trying to create, and then act accordingly. What would I do to be in that legacy now? Like if I were that person, what would I be doing? Instead of how do I get the resources to get there? That's really it. That's it in a nutshell. Now the comments are coming in. Robin, I think I know what I want my legacy to be, but I have no idea how to go about it except to just keep at it and create. That's how you keep at it and create. Your question is exactly what my issue was. I don't know how to do it because I don't have the this and the that. I don't have the money or the resources or the time or the house or the whatever. So can't do it until I get those things. But really it's no, I'm working towards getting those things. If I were already at that point, what would I be doing? I'd be doing this. Well, I can do that and start doing that. You, Robin, would be creating the way you're already creating. Just keep doing that. You're building the legacy. It's kind of like I want to build this building, and it's like, oh man, but I want to hang the curtains on the 10th floor. but I haven't even laid the foundation yet. You can't hang the curtains in the office on the 10th floor thing if you haven't laid the foundation yet. You have to build it up. You know, you have to get there. You're born. You work hard all your life. You build your legacy, you die, and then you are forgotten. Well, that's true. That's... This isn't. Yeah, let me rephrase this a bit. I don't know that my legacy is so much about what I'll be remembered for after I'm dead, if that makes sense. I know that that's what people think of the word legacy for. For me, it wasn't so much going back to my family one, right? It wasn't so much the family like wondering what it'll be like generations from now after I'm gone, but it was seeing myself as the patriarchal figure of this family, and more to the point, it was seeing me and my wife as the top of the pyramid, right? If you thought of a family tree going down and out like that, it was while I was still alive. And so for me, the business thing, the business legacy is the life that I want to be leading, not what I'll be remembered for after they, put me in the ground or whatever they do. So there's that. Send me good vibes. Is this Richard again? Yeah. Richard, send me good vibes. I have an opportunity to work as a jewelry apprentice. I want this bad. Well, good luck. Good luck with that. And I hope you get it. That'd be wonderful. And Life is a Good Book. Richard, Life is a Good Book. No, sorry. Bestseller, so to speak. Make novels. There you go. Well, guys, that's it for me. I'm going to split. And thanks for hanging out with me. And tomorrow's Saturday, so we'll do this again. And I will see you tomorrow. So, Richard, you get the booby prize today. Well, no, you're not allowed to get the booby prize because you've done this before, so it's not your fault. All right, you can have the booby prize because anonymous users aren't allowed to get the booby prize. It's in the rules. Nothing I can do about it. But since you clicked it before, no, it doesn't matter because I talked too long and now Haley stole it. Oh, well, sorry, buddy. Haley has the booby prize. We are just small ripples of positive vibes. Yeah, we are, right? That's nice. Thanks, Bobby. You're welcome. Oh, Richard stole it back. Yay, boobies. Okay, Richard, you get the booby prize. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night or day or whatever it is. And thank you for hanging out with me and listening to my little rant tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.